AP Biology, Chapter 3, Water and the Environment. Today we're discussing colloids and then hydrophobic molecules. What is a colloid? Some molecules in cells are so large that they do not dissolve in a liquid. They remain suspended in the aqueous liquid of the cell. So milk is actually an example of a colloid. It is a stable suspension of fine butterflat globules in a liquid water base. Milk is an example of a colloid. It is a stable suspension of butterflat globules in a liquid water base. Now, substances that are non-ionic and non-polar repel water. These substances are said to be hydrophobic. This is true. Olive oil, for example, does not mix with water-based substances such as vinegar. The hydrophobic behavior of the oil molecules is due to a bunch of non-polar bonds between carbon and hydrogen. This is different from the polar bonds between hydrogen and oxygen. Bonds between carbon and hydrogen share electrons almost equally, so there is no dispersed distribution of electrons. They share these molecules equally, these electrons equally. So hydrophobic molecules related to oils are actually major ingredients of cell membranes. Here is a phospholipid structure, which you'll learn about later in the course, but basically has a hydrophilic head, which is this area right here, and a hydrophobic tail, which is this area, the yellow area at the bottom, the two legs. So the phospholipid structure actually makes up the cell membrane of all cells, for example, in the human body. So as we can see, we have a hydrophilic head pointing out, which means that it attracts water and dissolves in water, and the hydrophobic head points in, which means it keeps whatever water is on the inside on the inside. So what is interesting about hydrophobic molecules is that they are typically non-ionic, they are non-polar, and they do not mix with water-based substances such as vinegar.